Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel Sanisara with Vision. Today I'm at a different location and there's a soft breeze going on here, and you guys must be wondering about which part of the day it is. So it is the noon part of the day, but it's slightly cloudy, so you must be thinking that this is the evening part of the day. And I'm here with an stunning book review. But before that book review, have you ever guys noticed that today is a really special day? If no, you're in the middle of nowhere. I'm talking that today is the birth anniversary of the world's #1 storyteller, who's Roald Dahl. He attracts every children in the world to his books, and I wonder how he could read the minds of the children and write about their childhood. Be it George, Matilda, Charlie, it just forever remains in the mind of all the children who read his books. Oh, there's a great wind going on here. Okay, and these characters just grasp the readers into the book. And today, I'm going to do one book of Roald Dahl, which is one of the first book of Roald Dahl, which I got inspired and started reading other books. So that book is George's Marvelous Medicine. So what are we waiting for? Let's get into this book. So in this book, there's a small boy whose name is George, of course, and he lives with his mom and dad and grandma in a house. He's just like a normal family, but he has a really old, goofy grandma. He hates his grandma because his grandma doesn't care about anybody. She just cares about herself. Not even George. She have never ever asked George that, "Hi George, how are you today? George, how was your school today?" Nothing. She just cares about herself. And when George's mom and dad are outside the house, oh my god, this is really hard wind. Yeah, when mom and dad are outside the house, grandma just troubles George every time, and George was fed up of his grandma. One day, when his mom had to go for shopping and his dad was a farmer, so he went to the farm, George had to stay with his grandma. So he was really angry because he didn't want to stay with grandma, and his grandma just told many nasty things to him, and George was fed up of hearing this. So he thought of teaching grandma a lesson. So he made this marvelous medicine. Whatever he saw, he took it, he emptied it in the saucepan, and then he mixed it well. And when he took about 40 to 50 types of things, like he took 100 pills of the pigs. As his father's a farmer, he have some animal things which to take care of the animals. And when he took all the things and he put in the saucepan, he was ready, and he just boiled the marvelous medicine for a while, and then he stirred it well, and his grandma had to drink a medicine once a while. So he threw the medicine into the sink, which was of grandma's, and he put the medicine of his into the bottle. And now it was the time when grandma had to drink the medicine. So this was the time when George was waiting for all the time, and now grandma just gulped it down, and she said, "Wee!" and she flew away. And then she came again and she stood. Her legs were broken, but she was standing. And then she started to grow taller than the house. And then she stopped. Mrs. Cranky, who was the mother of George, came running from the market, and she was really shocked to see that her mother was really long. Grandma said to George that, "See boy, we have the power of witches." But George just revealed the truth. He said to his grandmother that it was me, but his grandmother told, "You're just lying as usual." But when George just put a spoon on a chicken, the chicken grew up like this, just like very big, and it started giving an egg which was really huge. And Grandma was surprised to see this. And when Mr. Cranky came, he was really surprised to see the chicken. And he was happy because selling a chicken which was really large might make more profit for him. And he asked George to give all the animals, but alas, he gave some animals, but the medicine got over, and so he had to make the medicine again. So now comes George's marvelous medicine number 2. So when he made all the things, he put it in, and he gave it to a chick to test it if the medicine has come right. But it was wrong. The chick was in the same size, but its leg became more and more taller. So this means that George's marvelous medicine number 2 has been failed. So now comes George's marvelous medicine number 3. So this was also wrong. When he fed it to a chick, its neck only grew up, but not its whole body. And now comes George's marvelous medicine number 4. So George hoped that this could be right. But when he gave it to a chicken, the chicken went this really small, smaller than a safety pin. And Grandma was unhappy because she had to spend a whole night in a hay and she was starving. So when she saw George holding the George's marvelous medicine number 4, she thought that it was tea and she wanted to eat that. She was just wanted to gulp it down into her body to make her feel better. But when she gulped it down, she became much smaller, more and more smaller, and she became smaller than a safety pin. And even she started becoming smaller, and then she disappeared, and she can't be seen in naked eye. And this was the end of Grandma. Mrs. Cranky was really unhappy to lose her mother. And now, after that, in the dinner, she said that, well, having my mother is just troublesome, right? Yeah, said Mr. Cranky, and all were happy, but Mr. Cranky were more happier than anybody. But George was kind of just shocked. He was confused. Only one day, he went into the world of magic. And this was the end of this story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to click that like button and press the subscribe button and press the bell icon if you're new. And stay tuned for my next updates. And until then, stay home, stay safe, and oh my god, this is a great win. So goodbye.